Did you know that mosquito translates to little fly in Spanish? Well, it's that time of year again when these little flies are rampant. Our municipal producer went to the Norfolk Country Mosquito Control District to talk to the experts about what to expect with mosquitoes this summer season.
How the season goes is always dependent on how the rain is as we go through the season. So generally we can't predict much more than a couple weeks in advance how things are going to be.
We've seen a lot more mosquitoes than we have in the past few years. The past few years we were in a drought, so we had much lower than normal levels of mosquitoes just in general. And we had a really wet spring, so we had really high numbers of mosquitoes this spring. Now, as the summer's progressing and it's getting hotter, we're seeing pretty normal levels of mosquitoes, I would say.
The Department of Public Health is testing mosquitoes that are being trapped. And there has been West Nile virus detected in various places around the state. And they have recently upped the risk level in the Boston metro area to moderate. But again, it's sort of early to say how bad it's going to be as we get toward the more challenging time of the year for disease.
There was one positive pool in our county found a couple weeks ago, but it was just one pool out of 150, I'd say, pools of mosquitoes so far this season. So just one has been positive so far. Usually the risk of disease increases as the season progresses, so right now the risk is still pretty low, but as we approach August, September, even into October, depending on weather, that's really when you start to see human cases of West Nile virus, and then also Triple E if we're going to have any Triple E, but we haven't found any Triple E positive pools yet this season.
Even though the risk of disease this season is currently low, it's still important to protect yourself from mosquitoes.
Some mosquitoes are day biters, and others really like to bite at dusk and dawn, those crepuscular times that you always hear about. And some bite later into the evening, so it really depends on the species. In order to protect yourself, it's a good idea to always wear bug spray. There are a few different options. You can use a DEET bug spray or picaridin. A lot of people like picaridin because it doesn't have that DEET smell, and it works just as well. Those are two big EPA approved ones. There are a few other options, but definitely always apply according to what the bottle says. Reapply when you need to. Wearing long sleeves and long pants and looser clothing can help because they can bite through your clothes. So if it's skin tight, they're going to be able to bite right down to your skin. But also using permethrin, which is something you can treat your clothes with, and that works really, really well for tick prevention as well. So it works for both mosquitoes and ticks. And you can spray your clothes, your pants, your socks, your shoes, and it's good for multiple washes. So if you have a pair of pants that you love to garden in or hike in, you can treat those and keep wearing them, washing them until it's time to reapply.
You're always talking and trying to educate residents on how they can do their, take precautions in their own yards. And one of the things we frequently see when we go to visit people on their properties is that they have all kinds of different containers that hold water and are breeding mosquitoes. And I've dealt with this even with my own friends. So tarps, kiddie pools, bird baths, the saucers that hold for planters, even gutters to make sure your gutters are cleaned out. Any of those things that hold water for a couple weeks can be a problem for mosquitoes. So it's prudent for people to make sure they're cleaning things out, emptying water on a regular basis in their yards.
For more information, you can visit norfolkcountymosquito.org. For the Needham Channel News, I'm Elizabeth Kalajian.